Anxiety is the psychological experience of anticipating danger, uncertainty, or loss before the threat has necessarily occurred. At its core, anxiety is the mind's attempt to predict and prepare for what might happen next. This makes it different from immediate fear, which usually responds to a present threat. Anxiety lives largely in possibility. The mind imagines what could go wrong, then begins preparing emotionally for an outcome that has not yet happened. A person may repeatedly analyze conversations, anticipate rejection, worry about health, predict failure, or mentally rehearse future problems, because the brain believes that enough thinking might eventually produce certainty. This creates an exhausting paradox. The person thinks more in order to feel safer, but excessive thinking often produces even more uncertainty. Anxiety can also become physical because the brain's threat system communicates directly with the body. Muscle tension, rapid heartbeat, restlessness, shallow breathing, difficulty concentrating, and disrupted sleep can emerge, even when the danger exists, only as a possibility. The body responds to the mind's prediction as though preparation itself is necessary. Over time, ordinary situations can become associated with threat, especially when previous experiences have taught the nervous system to remain alert. A person may begin avoiding uncertainty, seeking constant reassurance, checking repeatedly, or attempting to control every variable. These behaviors can provide temporary relief, but they may unintentionally reinforce the belief that the situation was dangerous and that control was necessary for safety. The deeper psychology of anxiety involves the relationship between uncertainty and perceived control. The human mind strongly prefers predictable outcomes, but reality can never provide complete certainty. When uncertainty becomes emotionally intolerable, the mind may attempt to eliminate it through endless analysis, planning, checking, reassurance, or avoidance. Yet these strategies cannot guarantee the future. Instead, they can create a cycle in which temporary relief strengthens long-term anxiety. The person learns that avoiding a situation reduces discomfort, so the situation becomes even more threatening the next time it appears. Anxiety can also distort attention. The mind becomes biased toward potential danger, noticing negative possibilities more quickly than evidence of safety. This does not mean every anxious thought is irrational. Sometimes anxiety identifies genuine problems that deserve attention. The challenge is distinguishing useful concern from endless prediction. Psychological resilience develops when a person learns that uncertainty can exist without requiring immediate resolution. The goal is not to eliminate every anxious thought, but to reduce the authority those thoughts possess. A thought about failure is not the same as failure. A possibility of rejection is not proof of rejection. Physical sensations of anxiety are uncomfortable, but do not automatically mean that something catastrophic is happening. Gradually facing manageable uncertainty can teach the nervous system that discomfort is survivable and that avoidance is not always necessary. When anxiety becomes persistent, overwhelming, or significantly interferes with daily life, professional support can be valuable. Understanding anxiety is ultimately about recognizing that the mind is trying to protect you, even when its predictions become excessive. The deeper form of psychological freedom comes from replacing the demand for certainty with confidence in your ability to respond to whatever reality actually brings. You cannot control every outcome, prevent every disappointment, or predict every future event, but you can develop the ability to remain present when uncertainty appears. Sometimes peace does not come from finally knowing what will happen. It comes from trusting yourself enough to face what happens when it arrives.